Now that's a very little word on which to hang an evening's worth of show. But I will now that little word enlarge and show a vast unsettled world within that open O and nosing thrust of R. Our play will shortly ricochet between a dense array of seeming opposites. Spy or poetess, actress or whore, male or female, straight or gay or both, wrong or righteous, treacherous or true, lust or love, cheap hackney trash or art. Now or then, a distant fervent age or this our time of mingled hope and fear. And yet, despite all seeming differences, those oars divide less than they subtly link. And what seem opposite and all at odds are in their deepest nature most the same. We all embody opposites within, or else we're frankly far too dull to live. And this, our wilding world, cannot be hemmed within a made-up symmetry of sense. That being said, we'll open up the gate, unhinge the R, and step on through the O, to find our characters from history fetched. Although they no doubt would not know themselves if they were sudden brought into this room to witness. Oh, blame not our hapless scribe for that. She pleads a playwright's hallowed right to have her way with people and events too far long gone for most of you to know. Just as our heroine, in her own time, made free with truth where it might serve her well. If Afra could be but with us tonight, we hope she would forgive our trespasses. While you, we hope to solace and seduce with all our most alluring stratagems. Oh, are all your cell phones off? Yes? Very good. Compose yourselves for pleasure, if you will. Cue the lights, let never time stand still. Forget it, that here in debtor's prison I do lie, for lack of funds promised me as your spy. To nag and scold my own adored king, believe me, pains me more than anything. But justice to myself demands no less than princely favor and full recompense. And so, shit! Jailer! Jailer! Oh, damn his eyes. Sweet, kindly jailer mine, the ink's run dry.
So, ain't you read enough? And it to me is
crucial, as you know. For till I have an answer to my plea, I cannot pay my debts and be set free. Nor can I, what's more to the point, chiefly reward you as I promised faithfully. So in to sweet my greasy grasping friend, and soon I'll have another note to send.
all right. You get your fucking ink.
Charming words into my soul they sink.
You knock it off. I won't be rhymed.
You don't know indeed you're the prosaic kind.
Damn right. Get in fiction. Goddamn ink.
Oh, very well, you needn't make a stink! Although, in fact, that's something he can't help. Though he stays silent, yet his clothes will yell. Not to mention see the creatures creeping. If I stay here all long, I'll too be eaten. And if you would, send me my woman too. Me. This is no very cheering view. Oh, Mariah. See what ruins here. See what grass grows in the empty street. Rome's fall, no more melancholy looked when once barbaric hordes had gone their way. Than this our plagued and battered city shows unnatural in its hushed and barren waste. At night, low moans of beggars substitute for barks and howls of dogs and cats now gone. They killed them all to slow the spread of plague, though some, I guess, were eating such the need. The ravenous fire, so recently put down, still smokes and smoulders, darkening the sky. Even here in our thick-walled cell, the wind now shifts and brings a bitter scent. Disease and fire have brought our city down, and war keeps it in poverty disguised. I hardly knew it when we disembarked. All our time abroad, oh, how I long to sail for London, our beloved town, the city of the world, the all-admired, the glittering and great phenomenon, the home of all that makes life bearable, which I in my poor way fought to preserve as here and there across the globe I flew. But now that I at last have come to roost, what do I find but grandeurs sad decay? And my own state, much like in disarray. Languishing, unransomed and alone, abandoned by the great who late I served. Mariah, you've been faithful, still and true, and I do swear your service to reward. Can you be patient till we both are free?
As patient as a saint, so you with me.
Oh, who is this?
One who owes you much and means you well.
I thought you were my woman.
No, I am your man.
What do you mean? I have none.
I mean I would be a man for your turn. However you care to employ me.
You would some idle foolish rake come to ogle and annoy a female prisoner. Well, it's dull enough here, you may as well entertain me.
Happy to return the favour, as you've entertained me with your private counsel. A spy, are you?
And you're a knave and a rogue if you take advantage of your
A knave and a rogue?
A goddamn knave and a treasonous
Oh,
rogue.
peace, peace. This is no way to keep me secret. Is this the honey tongue of the wily widow Ben?
Do you know me?
Met?
Well, come on, why do you remain masked? Reveal yourself to me and let me see who it is I have the pleasure of abusing.
To be railed at by one of your wit and beauty is pleasure indeed. I'm in no great hurry to forfeit the opportunity.
Should I not rail then if I knew you?
Possibly not.
Then I shall enjoy it just a while longer too. Keep your disguise, charming fool. I'm somewhat disguised myself after all.
In drink?
Ha! If only I could afford drink. I gave my very last coins to keep myself out of the open prison, and in the relative splendour of this private cell. No, disguised by misfortune, as you see.
If all were as disguised as you in your misfortune, the world would be a glorious place, however desperate. For all your poverty, you shine as the silvery moon, piercing the envious murk of night.
Now it's my turn to cry peace. Does it amuse you to mock a prisoner with elaborate flattery?
I promise you, I neither mock nor flatter. I find myself quite thrown off course by your unsuspected luminescence. All the more startling by contrast with your present grim setting. Our meeting before was brief and businesslike, and I too distracted with pressing cares. But now I can't help but see you more clearly. You mistook me as your servant, and that was no mistake. You may command me.
Even masked, it is clear you are a pretty witty man, and one I am pleased to be moved by. Will you be moved to remove your visor now, and let me see who it is I'm invited to command?
I will. And yet one moment more before my revelation. Will you allow me to salute you properly, while you know me only by my voice?
Oh, very well. Come, take your liberty.
Only for my sake.
No, for my own, I confess. Your flattery has had its effect, so come, have your reward of it, and then reveal. A good face, as I thought. Something from the... Oh, God, the king!
just know me.
Your damn name!
Yes, it's all right.
And then true!
Really, I forgive you.
Fool!
Yes, I beg you let all that go by.
Well, good Christ, you betray!
I see you've recovered from the awful shock.
Well, your majesty, the man of the reintroduction, is somewhat mitigated all.
Quite.
You have changed since my last and only audience, which I must say was a good deal more formal. It's been 2 years, but you've aged 5.
It's been a rough couple of years. You, despite your travails, have not aged a day since you came to give me a report on Suriname. I believe you advised us not to lose it to the Dutch.
Have we?
Pretty much. We have got New York off then.
New York.
A very good little town. They called it New Amsterdam. No fabled rivers of gold, but oysters the size of dinner plates, so they tell me.
I don't think much of this modern mania of naming places new something. An inherent contradiction, don't you think? If it's new, it's not York, and if it's York, it's not new.
Quite. They may as well call it exactly not where I want to be, lad.
Please don't make me live in this horrible place, Berg.
God, I wish I were home, Bill.
You know a lot about that, don't you, Lucy? Homesickness, I mean.
Call me Charles when we're alone. And yes, I will confide to you. I was so many years longing for home that I hardly knew how to be glad once I was here. Longing itself became such a habit of mine. I still sometimes get homesick, before I know where I am. But you've been a rover, you know something about it too.
I am desperately glad to be home again. Except that I'm plainly desperate.
Yes, sorry about that. You must know we haven't got nearly the money we need, what with one thing and another. You are far from the only spy left unpaid. But you are perhaps the most eloquent and persistent. Your debts have been paid. See, the door swings open, you are free.
Oh, wonderful! Though perhaps the greatest wonder is that you came yourself.
I thought it would be fun. I wasn't just toying with you before. You have drawn me onto a lee shore and wrecked me there, and I believe only you can draw me off again. To safety and sweet sailing if you
You do like your naval metaphors, don't you?
Yes, I do. I'd rather be on the sea than anywhere except...
Oh, don't say it.
Your bed. Sorry, I hate trailing off.
This is very strange.
Not so strange.
Not to you, I'm sure. You have a different woman for each day of the week, or so it's said.
An exaggeration, I assure you. I'm a one-woman man. At a time, it was within reason.
But I have great ambitions.
I'm already married, you know.
Yes, I know, God save her. I mean greater even than to be queen. I will have an undying honor. I will know a godlike eternal fame. I will be a playwright.
Female poet? What, a new Sappho for the modern stage? Odds fish, you're ambitious.
Funny, I know, but I'm no kind of whore, the kind that marries or the other kind. I'll earn my own bread and go hungry. Thank you for paying what I was owed. Goodbye.
Wait, don't be so hasty.
Well,
Still haven't called me by my name.
Charles, will that do?
Say it again.
Charles. Charles. Beautiful Charles. Very nice. But a kiss won't transform me into a mistress nor you into a theatrical contract.
That's all you want?
Yes. Yes.
You know, for a woman of the world, you aren't terribly worldly. My favour is worth something.
I don't need your favour. I've got my own contacts. Anyway, I can't afford the cost.
Of course.
A royal bastard. And an end to my career.
Some would consider that a gain. Very well, leave that for now. If you walk out of here with nothing but your still quite pretty clothes, where will you go? The city is devastated. The theatre's not yet reopened.
But they will be.
But they will be. In the meantime, before you embark on your glorious career, allow me to continue to repay you for your service, Agent 160.
Oh. You know my number.
And your pseudonym, Astrea.
Say that again.
Astrea. So bad? I'm told I'm not incapable of giving pleasure.
Yes, you are very much capable of undermining all my determinations. As low as my state is now, you may bring me very much lower if you bring me to fall in love with you. I've survived storms at sea, the mouths of counter-agents, the assassination plots of enemy spies, near starvation, and the maddening stupidity of a brief and necessary marriage. I've skirted plague, fire, and war, but the greatest danger for a woman, let me tell you, plague and fire and war in one, is all-consuming love for a man. As a nation under a tyrant, so a woman in love. Our freedom lost for the sake of a species security that only lasts as long as a sunny day in England. That is, as long as a man loves or a tyrant pleases to be kind.
Well, there it is. I'm no tyrant and you're no whore. But let me keep you for a while. Not in return for services you may do, but in return for service already rendered. At least until you're on your feet and in the theatre, earning your third-day profit.
But I am not content to write for a third day only. I crave glory as much as if I'd been born a hero.
I dare say I can help you there as well. A poet associated with a king is naturally... I beg your pardon, am I in the way?
Sorry! Well, that sounded rather well. I think I could use it. Born a hero. I'm with you again, boy.
I was making you a useful offer.
You were humouring me.
Not at all. I wouldn't dare stand between you and anything you aspire to. I'm afraid I'd be knocked aside like a bit of flotsam in a spring tide. Come, humour me. I believe it would be vastly amusing to harbour a playwright.
I suppose it would only be fair. Did you see that Pindaric ode that's been going around? On His Majesty's heroism in the Great Fire.
I've heard it quoted. Modesty forbids my admitting to reading it myself. What, was that you?
I can't risk signing my name yet, even in private circulation. The last female to dare set up openly as a poet was savaged almost to ruin. And she had independent income and a country estate to retreat to. A popular hit in the feature would give me some protection, but until then I must be careful, especially with political poetry.
Why risk it then? Stick to pastoral themes. Him the choice of cookery. A bit safer.
All your years of exile, I was here growing up under the Roundheads. A brutal, coercive, repressive regime. The rule of the mob disguised as democracy.
The blunt monster with uncounted heads.
The still discordant, wavering multitude, just so. I hated it for my country and I hated it for myself. I was a self-taught country girl longing for a wider world, and the Puritans meant to keep me in a cage until I ate my heart out and died. The day of your restoration was dark and overcast, and then suddenly the sun broke through the clouds and made the crown on your dark head shine out like an answering sun. Do you remember?
All the poets used it. It was custom made for them.
But that's how it was. The sun came out and I knew my life had just become possible. Freedom, especially for a woman, is only possible under an enlightened monarch. You're mine, and my pen, for what it's worth, is at your service.
It's a funny thing bearing all that. Are you quite sure I'm enlightened enough to pull it off?
You are. Enough to know that power needs poets, and poets need money.
Odds fish. That's blunt enough. Well then, will you be my poet?
And that's all.
I believe you can trust my self-restraint for all your beauty.
Yes, I didn't mean to insult you or flatter myself. I mean you won't ask me to continue my intelligence work.
No, you've done enough.
Have I, by the way? I don't suppose you've read my reports yourself.
I've had summaries, but they tell me they were extremely well written.
Did they tell you what I warned of the invasion? About burning our ships at anchor? They mean to sail up the Thames to the Medway.
Yes, I'm not bothered about that. You must know we are quite safe from the sea.
Surprise and treachery may bring the greatest down, as you have cause to know.
You are no longer Agent 160. Let us speak only of what really matters. Of poetry, theatre, and love.
Ah, this would be that new life that I wanted.
May never by your old life you be haunted.
Ah, this would be that new life I requested.
I'll take you at your word. That mine be tested.
Ah, this would be that new life that I asked for.
And this, the truest Afra, I unmasked for.
Adams, our first friend. You're amazingly discreet. No one knows. All right, I know. I'm a nosy bitch.
Not at all.
Not at all, but mind your damn business now. Never mind. I'm still so thrilled to meet you. I can't believe I had the nerve to come and bang on your door unintroduced like this. Everyone says you're the next big thing.
Everyone.
That's the gossip. I swear I was climbing the stairs to fucking Olympus.
Are you mad? I would have come to you weeks ago if I had dared, and thrown myself at the feet of the greatest actress of the new age. Your floor now left me overcome with admiration.
No, don't be silly. I'm just an orange girl made good. You should have come backstage.
Next time.
I'm not interrupting your work, am I?
No, do forgive me the rudeness, but I've been promised an introduction to Lady Davenant of the Duke's company, and I need something new to show her. Besides, I can write and chant at the same time.
That's a neat trick.
I had to learn how. This is the first time in my life I've had a room of my own.
No family left then.
Finally managed to shrug them off. Down the country.
Wasn't there a husband? A Dutchman?
Plague.
Sorry.
Don't be.
What
about you?
I'm on my own now. My lost keeper had monstrous bad luck at gambling and had to retrench, but another will come along soon. It's lucky the aristos are so theatre mad, isn't it? Yours must be very grand indeed to get such good tobacco.
Not at all.
Not at all. Christ, you've got good manners. You must think I'm a wretched gutter snipe.
I think you're absolute heaven.
Oh. That's nice. The part for me. Now I know. I'm with the King's Company, and my son of a bitch producer would never let me out of my contract to play with the rivals.
It's a shame I do have a part for you. You'd be perfect in it. A beautiful Amazon warrior who falls madly in love with her enemy and is utterly undone.
Oh, you're killing me! I would die to play that! We have no old revival rights, you know. All I get to play are the goddamn classics. But Dukes gets all the new plays. It's so unfair. A preacher's part, I suppose.
Yes, until the end when she succumbs to love and changes to woman's clothes.
Yeah, see? So right for me. They love me in the breeches part so they can look at my legs.
I don't blame them.
Yes, they're nice, aren't they? On the way over here, a man really took me for a wretch boy. I had to run away. Wouldn't you have been disappointed?
Not necessarily. Might have swung both ways.
Is that what your friend is like?
I think that's what most people are like, if they only knew it.
I don't know. I grew up in a brothel, and I can tell you some people are astonishingly particular about what they like. Only one very specific thing will arouse them and nothing else will do. We had one regular fella who would have his favorite girl take off her stockings and wriggle her big toe into his food. But I'd better wait until I know you better. Am I shocking you?
I don't know brothel, but I have nothing in that realm could shock me. Nature endowed us with a glorious gift for pleasure, and nothing is more natural than to take all honest advantage of it.
And by honest, you mean?
Willing. The only sensual sin is to take what isn't really given. If I am lucky enough to attract the true affection of a lovely man or woman, and if together we can increase the sum total of happiness in the world for even an hour, I consider that an act of virtue, not vice.
You are persuasive. I can't think how to argue with that, even if I wanted to.
But you don't want to.
I don't.
Shall I read you a bit from the play?
Yes, please.
Even now, I was in love with mere report, with the words, with the empty noise. And now that flame, like to the breath that blew it, has vanished into air. And in its room an object, quite unknown, unfamed, unheard of, informs my soul. How easily 'tis conquered.
Did you just write that while I was here? Am I the object that informs your soul?
Mm-hmm.
This is strange.
Not so strange, is it?
Well, no, just sudden.
Sudden love is truest, undisguised.
And she who sudden loves will take the prize.
Nice.
Thanks. Sudden love my veins.
And steals away what little wit remains.
Ha, bloody ha, your turn.
By Cupid's sudden arrow, I've been hit.
And suddenly your love is all I... Shit. Sorry, it wasn't going to rhyme. Critic. Who kisses better, me or your keeper?
You bring him up so much, are you already jealous?
Oh, never jealous. He is only a man, I suppose. Where would any of us be without men to pay the rent?
We can, I suppose.
Are you joking? I have to spend all my earnings on clothes and carriages just to keep up my reputation.
You could marry.
The fatherless daughter of a whorehouse keeper. Who do you think I could find to marry?
I shudder to think.
Anyway, what's the difference except you're selling yourself to just one man? No way around it. To be a woman is to be a whore. And if God doesn't like it, why did he make it that way? Oh, come to think of it, men are whores too.
What? The men too?
That's right, every one of them. Flirting and pandering and cock-sucking their way all the way up the ladder. Any man who is a cock-sucking, trimming whore is probably dead. Slippery times, you laugh, but it's true. Name me a man or woman in the kingdom can't be named whore.
Well, but what about the king? Is he a cock-sucking whore?
No, worse. A teasing whore. One hand he tickles the balls of the parliament, while with the other he keeps his cousin Louis well flogged. All to get the money coming in. He dirty talks the Catholics until they're hard and hopeful, and then turns around and jukes them when the ministers hold up a sack of cash. It's true. I don't blame him. Where would I be without him to reopen the theatres and set the fashion? But just between us, let's call a spade a goddamn shovel.
I love you. Foul mouth and all. Is it so foul? It's delicious. But I have to come to the king's defense. He wants to help the Catholics. He really believes in religious toleration.
Oh yes, he needs the money for the war, so his hands are tied. I know. But don't let's talk about war and politics. It's such a bore. And you must have had enough of that in your previous career.
My previous career.
Don't go on mum chance. Everyone knows you're a spy.
Everyone knows.
There are no secrets in the theatre. It's much too small a world, and all anyone ever does is gossip. Anyway, your mask is off with me now, isn't it?
All right, it's true. And yes, I've had enough of it. It's a nasty little world of lies, subterfuge, backstabbing, and betrayal.
Wait, are we talking about spying or the theatre?
A man I was fond of was killed. Not long after he was seen with me in Antwerp. Was he a spy too? A double agent.
And you blame yourself for his death? I doubt it was your fault.
You don't know anything about it.
I have some idea of what the life of a double agent must be like. Doubles your chances of someone wanting to slit your throat. Sorry, I'm a taxless cow.
But you're right. It's an ugly world, isn't it? Don't you wish we could go far, far away back to a simpler time?
Was there ever a simple time in the world since there were people in it?
There was. Long ago. Before the wars of ministers and kings. Before the need to struggle for our bread. Before all strivings base and harsh, there was a golden age of happiness sublime. Where lovely nymphs like you, with fewer clothes, in fragrant groves lay hidden from the sun which dappled the leaves to gild their days. While night time, the pearly moon there played the gentle shepherdesses and their swains, living all for poetry, music, love. Before the grim, unnatural rule of law of gods and men, oh sweet Arcadia, unfettered, unrepressed, and unashamed. A happier, better time could not be named.
Sounds fucking fabulous! It sounds like right now.
What now?
Well, or any minute. The Puritans had their day, and now it's our turn to make a new golden age.
What about the war?
Now, the war can't last forever.
It feels as though it already has.
Oh, come on, don't be such a nostalgia queen. Look around. It's already begun. We can love who we want. Girls or boys. We can wear any clothes we want.
Girls or boys?
Yeah, the world is changing. A woman can be an actress, a playwright, a poet, a libertine, a spy. And nobody like me is the it girl everyone loves. You can shed your murky past and become the toast of the theatre. Every day and night is a party and a happening and a grand fucking festival of art and love. We are lucky to be alive right now. This is our utopia, and it's never going to end.
How lovely it would be to believe that.
Just choose to believe it. That's what I do. Just like this.
You have a genius for living in the moment. I believe you could make the saddest man in the world smile.
I certainly could. And I would if he could pay my landlord. I'll have to choose another one soon, but I can't make up my mind. Plenty of rich admirers, but each one as dull as a rainy day. Money's not enough. I have to have wit, don't you?
Nell, I think I'm having a brilliant idea.
Are you?
If I can get this play produced, I'm sure it will be a success.
I like your confidence.
Well, to be honest, I swing back and forth between confidence and knowing for a fact it'll be the biggest bomb the London theatre's ever seen, and I'll be hung unashamed to my grave.
Yes, let's.
Then I'll be able to keep myself, and I think you'd love my friend.
Thanks very much, but I don't need anyone's cast-offs.
Oh, you'd want this one.
Would I?
Trust me.
Well, but wouldn't it cost you a pain to pass them on to me?
I'm never jealous. I love freely and don't allow anyone to own me. How could I justify keeping anyone I love in chains? I love you both. If you love each other, my happiness will be multiplied, not diminished. Only still love me too. Don't leave me. And then I would believe in a new golden age, and we could all live that together.
Now I see why you haven't remarried. You're far too romantic.
Yes. But to be honest, it's not pure altruism on my part. I can't make him happy. And he'll soon find someone else anyway.
Who is he that a goddess like you can't make him happy? Fuck him, he's too fussy for me.
No, it's fair enough. I don't care to... Well, to be blunt, I don't let him fuck me.
No.
We exchange every pleasure but that.
Why not?
For one thing, I don't want to get knocked up.
No, if that's all, there are ways.
I know, and none of them can be counted on. Anyway, if we're really letting our hair down, I never care much for that part. It's all the rest that does it for me.
I love it. I could do it for hours. Cleopatra last season. Oh, happy horse to bear the weight of Antony. I love that line. I know just what she means.
Expecting someone? No, but... Mariah's left dinner. Damn, Nell, darling, would you mind terribly withdrawing a bit into my bedroom?
Love to, but not alone.
Please, Nell.
Why hide me? I thought you were going to give me and wrapped in a bow.
Oh, yes, but not yet. You don't understand. He's a very private man, and I myself don't want to know who he is.
Christ, honey, you don't trust me to keep my mouth shut. You're deranged with love for him. By the way, I think I'm jealous after all.
Don't be. I promise I'll tell you everything when the time is right. But right now, if you love me, for pity's sake, get in there. And don't eavesdrop. Oh!
Strap! Don't you know me?
You're masked!
And we'll stay that way for now if you don't mind. I don't know if I was followed. What's in there? We're alone.
Just my woman below. And a cellar full of burly male servants. Tell me your name this instant, or I'll have you turned out.
Does this remind you? And I will be if you don't help me. God, you feel good.
You filthy, get off me!
Sorry, just such a relief to get you alive. I thought any number of times I've been recognized. Look, how my hands are shaking, my nerves are fucking shot, excuse my language. I'm a wreck, as you say, nervous as a cat. You're doing well, look at you.
I thought you had seen during the last rendezvous. I was told you were killed.
And who told you? That bugger Corny? Wishful thinking. But I had to lay low for a while.
In a ditch.
I know, I'm a mess. I know. Astray, for the love of Christ, what does man have to do to get a goddamn drink?
He has to tell me what he's doing in my rooms. In London, when he's in fear of his life and knows perfectly well, he'll be hung for treason if he's discovered.
Hung? Don't you think I raped the axe? My father did.
Your father was a man of principle. You're an opportunistic coward.
Oh, not in love with me anymore, I take it. It's too bad.
Past, at least I will betray you. Stop trying to play me. I know you didn't risk your life.
All right, yes, I've got information. education, but where else could I go? I had to get out of Holland. France is out of the question. I loathe Scandinavia. You're thinking England's bad. You've never spent a winter in Copenhagen.
William!
Give me a drink.
Sense first.
Listen to you, Lady Ice Cream. When did you become so cool? The last time I saw you, you were weeping hot tears while a fat Belgian landlord shook you down for the rent. And look at you now.
And stay thirsty and speak your piece.
Right. Sorry. Right, well, in a nutshell, here it is. I know of a plot to murder the king and put his Catholic brother on the throne.
Oh, God, when?
Tomorrow.
Who?
Who do you think? The bastard Catholic terrorists? No names yet, if you don't mind. I'd like to hold a bit back.
Until you're paid.
All I want's a full pardon. And my father's lands back. A title would be nice, but that's my last.
Oh, damn it, William, fine, I'll fetch a bottle. Stay here, right here. I'll be back in a moment, and then you'll tell me everything you know if I have to beat it out of you.
You and your cadre of burly mansons.
And don't move.
Hello, you must be it!
Treacherous! Who are you, boy?
For starters, you bumping!
Well, who are you? Did you hear what we talked about?
Tried to, but that doll's a lot thicker than it looks.
Did you really hear nothing? Tell me the truth or I'll blow off your
I
head.
said I didn't. Now put that away before it goes off. You're trembling like a virgin.
What were you doing? Lurking and sneaking around like that? You scared me out of my breath.
I wasn't lurking and sneaking. What sort of man Apple's friend was. And now it's clear that he's a rude, nasty, strangely high-strung, raving lunatic. And not exactly a fanatic about bathing. Can't believe she loves you so much, and wouldn't give a rat's balls for 3 of you.
Oh, and how much did she give for you? I'm not fussy. I haven't had a girl or a boy in weeks.
Oh, you can't possibly afford.
Oh, I can if she can. Come on, how about some credit? Oh, you're back. Where's my bottle?
Where's the counting one? What's this?
I wanted to meet your friend, and I'm sorry to say, I'm impressed. Really, darling, I think you could do better.
Oh, no, he's not.
What am I not, sweetheart?
Not at his best. He's been ill, very ill, not fully recovered, maybe contagious, so really now you better go.
But there's a bottle coming, and we're just getting to know each other. I'm learning more about you and your peculiar taste with every moment.
Really, why be hasty? There's plenty of time for what we have to talk about. Your little hermaphrodite and I were just coming to terms.
God, no.
No, I won't hide again. Are you ashamed of me?
I'll explain everything later, I swear. Please, for me.
Who'd you tell I was here? You lying bitch! I'm leaving now, the king will be killed. You're the only one in England who believes.
I didn't betray you, you idiot. It's my lover. Quickly hide.
Is he so jealous?
Wanted man.
Right.
Not with her. In there.
Get rid of him quick.
Of course I will. Be silent.
Those stinking stays! Well, he's a popping like cooks! Here's your stinking bottle!
Didn't I hear the door?
She's cleaning the rooms, it's filthy money, eh?
She?
Who is it? Did you think it was himself? No, it's a lady. Where's the actress?
She's tired. She's lying down. What lady?
I don't know, do I? Dave something. And the other one! Have you Jack Condra? It's like a disappearing actor,
He's resting.
well, no, don't you?
Dave. No, that's not it.
Something to do with... Manager! Davenport! That's it!
Davenport. Davenant. That's what I said. Davenant's here.
I said so, didn't I? She'll be right up.
Did she say why she's come?
Maybe she heard it's a good spot for a nap.
All right, never mind, Mariah. You may go.
Son, stinking manners! That's all I asked for! Didn't you track the stinking jungles? And stinking moment to see voyages. And stinking Rosie, Antwerp, and 8 minutes. Second months of waiting to be paid. You coming down with something? No, just some smoke. For that, throw me the sting of praising. In sticking by every step of the way, without a grumble, without a word of complaint. Only to be told, here we go, without a please or a thank you, for verily something I'm stinking entitled to. Oh, Emily, glasses you want.
Never mind, Briar, that's all right. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Do you expect me to drink this ghastly glass?
Drink piss if you please, just get back in there.
Temper.
Didn't you hear?
Well, I can hear what footsteps going away. This thing is surprisingly solid. Didn't like it, wasn't it?
That was just my woman. But Lady Davenant is here.
Who the devil is Lady Davenport?
Davenant! Lord Davenant's widow, manager of the Duke's company and the woman who holds my future in the palm of her hand.
What are you friendling on about? What about the
Oh,
plot?
damn the plot! A production's at stake! No, I know, but please be quiet and give me 5 minutes. If I can save the King's life, rot your part in and launch my career, it'll be a damn good day's work.
Right, now...
Come out here.
Oh no! Lady Davenant!
What, here?
Yes!
Oh my God!
Mrs. Ben! Forgive me horribly, I murdered. I know. My dear little Lottie, you stole me to tell me, but I thought I'd just pop in to say, but oh, you must think I'm a mad woman. I haven't introduced myself. Lady Davenant, Duke's company, you know. Yes, I came masked, just swooping in on my way to see what King's has up. It won't do to have them see me around the house taking notes. Well, but I've heard all about you, setting up for a poet. Love your nerve, darling, love your guts! It's a sign of the times, women kicking over the traces and damn the naysayers! And why not, darling, why not? Look at me, my dear late Lord D passes on and everyone expects me to sell the license. But how, I say, how? But after all, there's nothing much to it. Choose the plays, keep the players sober, within reason, and the money rolls in! After all, Johnny does most of the work. Johnny Downs, hot prompter, 8 bullies empty their faces with his bell and whistle. And what am I to do but count the gate? And I can count, I assure you. Plays for it, but who can be married all those years to my dear late Lord D without sharpening her wits? A lovely man, but as practical as a spring head, I assure you. And that's funny, but I've been more rational. No view here, do you? Well, what's the poet want with a view? Inward views, no doubt inward views. And you, why should you be practical? A great man. A great trainer of actors! The great man of the theatres! You know, you're not the son of the great man himself. Oh, yes, not much of a secret, so I don't mind telling you. The natural son of Mr. Shakespeare himself. Oh, there it is, blood will tell, but genius is rarely sensible, so I learned to count for sheer self-protection. And I will tell you, darling, it is the most useful skill I could have mastered. I recommend it to you heartily if you have learned it. So there it is, I'm the Queen of Dukes, as the joke goes. And I think I play. That scatterwit sort of dog Shadwell. I abuse him though. I love him. Honestly, one shouldn't talk to me at all. And what does the fool do but get himself clutched by a whole-born drab? He's in the country sweating it out of himself and swears he cannot finish the play. So there it is, can't leave the playhouse empty, it's a hole in my pocket. Rehearsals begin tomorrow. I can give you Lizzie Barry for a lead and you won't find better. Say what you will of Nellie Gwynn. Lizzie is a honey and the wits adore her. Give her the prologue and you won't be hissed off at the start. And that's halfway there.
Not a penny mislaid, I see to it myself. You're pay for me. It's nearly finished, is it? Finished by morning. Cutting it fine, darling, cutting it fine. But there, I'm a soft touch, I'll take a flyer on you. Only don't be late! Must keep actors waiting around without the play. They'll start to drink and then it's quarrels and misbehaving behind the scenery. I think go home early. Utter chaos, darling. Never leave actors with nothing to do, remember that. It'll be the thing by, let's say, 9 on the clock, and if it's any good at all, we'll have an agreement. What sort of play is it? Comic tragedy? Yes, that's good. Beginning to go out of style. But the people still love a comic tragedy. And if you'll take my advice, you'll pad it out with a song or two. Give everyone a chance to buy an orange and fondle their neighbour without fear of missing something important. You know the sort of thing. Oh, the world goes round and round, high and round it goes. Ha! The world goes round and round. Well, not that, but you see what I mean. Oh, one of the few. I won't have one of those bore titles. You know what I mean, one of those greedy, get-it-all-in titles. The something, oh, want you something. I don't care if the great man did it. They take up half the poster, the typesetter charges by the word. Make up your mind and pick one, thank you. Stand me, darling. This is a rare opportunity, a lucky chance. If you can't deliver me the thing in time, I'll be horribly vexed, and I don't know when I'll have another chance for you. And you know kings don't lead to you, dukes is your only hope. Why do they clamour me? Who is she? What sort of education jumped up? Nobody from nowhere. I say when. It was Mr. Shakespeare, ha! And that lays him by the heels, so remember that, darling, and don't let him fight you. I've seen your poetry, you've got the spark all right, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Only don't do anyone any good if you can't write the end and get on with it. That's what I came for, lovely chatting, I feel with friends already. Must fly, don't mind showing me out, remember you've only got till morning. So right!
Your woman was just letting someone out.
That's more like it. It's been a bit of a day, you have no idea.
Yes, I came masked. I know you don't want anyone to know. You're a perverse creature, do you know that? Many women would like to be thought to my mistress without the bother of it, but you only want the bother, so to speak.
Oh God, that feels nice. But
Have you fallen in love with me yet, by the way?
not a bit.
No.
No. I don't love you, except as much as I should. Oh.
Why is the sound of you telling me you don't love me the nicest thing I've heard all day? People are always complaining about my spaniels, but their barks are music compared to the yelping and the yapping and the howling of the Parliament. Never mind the court. A damned pack of needy dogs baying day and night. But here's one for my abused ears. The sweet voice of not my mistress.
No, Charles, don't! I can't ask you to stay. I've got a play to finish.
That's unkind.
No, it's too soon. It's not ready to be seen. You'll be the first, I promise you. Just give me the night.
No, that's too hard. How can you throw me back to the dogs like that, just when I need some peace and comfort? Let's go within and lie together for a bit, shall we? No, you know I never ask you for the final favor, as they say rather vulgarly, but all the rest of it. Don't you want to?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, no, we can't. Sorry, I do want you. I really, truly do. Oh, Christ, I do. But I can't. Not just now. I have to finish the play.
I suppose I should admire your work ethic. I don't quite, but I should.
Soon you'll get.
Yes, but not just yet. You're forcing me to be businesslike, so I'll admit I had another purpose in coming to see you just now. A far lesser purpose, of course, and I meant to leave it for later, but there it is. It's William Scott.
Oh my God, William! I mean, what? William Scott.
Your old contact? He was thought to be dead, but he's been seen. He's here in London.
Here in London?
Sorry, this must be a shock.
No. Well, yes, it is. A bit.
You'll Look, I told you I wouldn't ask you to spy for me anymore. Your name is off the list of agents, and I didn't want to drag you back into it officially. But unofficially, I'm asking you for a favor. He's bound to come to you. I want you to let me know.
But why? If he's alive, he's just a broken down old spy. He never was any good, and he'd be utterly useless by now.
It seems he may be back in the game. We have information he's joined with the discontented Catholics in their latest assassination plot.
What? No.
Does it surprise you? His father helped to kill my father. One regicide breeds another.
But he doesn't care about all that. It was a disaster for his family.
Quite. No, he's in it for the money. I imagine they promised him his father's estate back. That's all his sort cares about anyway. Well, it's what most people would care about.
Are you sure about Scott?
We aren't sure about anything.
Perhaps he's still playing a double game for our side.
If he is, he hasn't told us. No, a man can't be trusted. We'll get him in the tower and find out what he knows. You're all right.
Yes.
I know he was your lover too. Perhaps I'm asking too much of you to betray him to me. Of course, I rather hoped you cared a bit for me. Enough at least not to want me dead.
Charles, don't. I'm as loyal a friend and subject as you've got. I'm just trying to think. If Scott is a traitor, I'll turn him in without a second thought. But I know him better than anyone does. If he has information, who better than me to find it out? I promise you no torture the tower can offer will expose his innermost thoughts more quickly and thoroughly than I can by gentler methods. Will you trust me? Will you give me a chance to find out the truth?
You're asking a great deal.
I know, and please don't misunderstand me. I'm not asking for his sake, but for yours.
Very well. I'll go, shall I? And leave the field clear?
Where are you going?
To empty my bladder. No objections, I hope.
Of course not! But my bedroom is such a mess. Don't want you seen it like that. You'll think I'm such a lazy slattern. Would you mind using the downstairs closet?
I don't think Mariah thinks much of me.
Why?
She just called me a stinking nuisance.
She's rough around the edges, but you couldn't ask for a more loyal servant.
Loyalty is a virtue, to be sure. I was wondering if you would do me a great favor.
Anything.
I left a couple of cavaliers at the pub on the corner. It's part of a ruse I've been persuaded into, to go about with some like-dressed men, make me seem less of a target in case anyone penetrates my disguise. Great nonsense, I suppose, but would you mind terribly fetching them for me? I'm sorry to put you out.
Not at all, of course. It's no trouble at all. I'll be back in a moment.
Don't hurry.
I'll be quite entertained on my own.
Hey! Who the hell's asking?
Not Scott, at least. Thank God, too young.
Too young for what?
Not much, apparently. Tell me, boy, what did you hear?
Not a thing. What is that you're made of?
Well, not too well dressed for a servant, and too confident. As insolent as a wilderness of monkeys.
Who are you to call me a monkey, you great ape? And where's Afra?
She'll be back soon. Not very soon, my friends will insist on buying her a drink if I know them. Well, just when I thought I knew her, keeping a boy.
Why shouldn't she?
Why, indeed. I only wonder she didn't tell me. I hope I'm generous enough not to mind her using my coin to buy herself pleasure in my absence.
Oh, you're her keeper, not... Well, come on. It's your turn to say, who the hell are you? Interrogating each other will pass the time until she comes back.
Very amusing. But who the hell are you?
Who's asking? And who's your tailor?
That's not my tailor.
I want to expand our repertoire. It's a nice coat. Why don't you take it off since we're chatting? Those are nice too! Did you ever think of donating your cast-offs to the theatre? Costumes cost the earth.
Are you an actor? That would explain a lot.
What would it explain?
The insouciance, the wit, the being so much at home in other people's bedrooms.
Beast!
No, I love actors. They're so kind, generally speaking.
I know I am.
Are you?
Very, very kind.
Extensively so.
Damn! Why does everyone think I'm a whore?
I didn't choose the word, but aren't you?
Can you pay? Then give us a kiss.
You're not a boy.
You can tell by a kiss.
The kiss? No. Boys and girls kiss just the same. I felt your breasts. Small, but perfect.
Now who's insolent?
Do you mind?
Are you kidding? I fucking love it!
Oh, fish! I have it. You're now going.
How'd you know?
And of course, you're even more beautiful up close. How often can that be said?
Wait, I'd better know who you are first.
I'm sure you want to know. It might be fun to keep the mask on.
Kinky. But yes, I need a name to cry out at the proper moment.
Very well.
Oh.
Yes.
You're just as beautiful up close, too.
Thanks.
Charles the Second. Good for Africa. I've already had 2 lovers called Charles, so you'll be my Charles the Third. There it is. Oh, it's fish.
The fuck did everyone go? I feel left out. I wouldn't! I wasn't. I could drink twice that much to shoot the eye of a trout at 100 paces.
Why not?
I'm just bloody tired. I haven't slept in a bed in weeks. Speaking of bed, did you know there are 2 people in there having at it as we speak?
What?
Who? I don't know. I couldn't see their faces. I'm just glad one of them is not you. We do have business to discuss. We can spare me alone. Estrella. Here, you want to borrow my pistol, commit a crime of passion?
What?
Then tear yourself away from your messy personal life and come pay attention to something far more important. Me.
You! Yes, you! What's the plot?
Just like that.
I don't have all night for this. I've got a deadline.
Right, yes, well. Simple enough. Charles goes to his usual morning constitutional with his dogs and the rest of his entourage in St. James Park.
Tomorrow morning.
That's right. And, man shoots him.
That's simple.
It's the simple plot to succeed.
He'll never get away.
Oh, no, they know that. It's a suicide mission. He's been promised the best room in heaven if he does the Pope's bidding on Earth, and besides, if he lives long enough to be questioned, he can't tell anything. The men were masked to instruct him.
Are you in on it?
Am I?
I'm one of the conspirators.
Of course they think I am, otherwise I wouldn't know the plan.
You're not Catholic. What do they think is in it for you?
But James will reward me with my father's lands back once he's king.
Do they think you're that stupid? James rewards the men who kill his brother.
Don't you think he'd love to be king?
Of course he would. That doesn't mean he'd turn on Charles. All those years together in exile, they're as close as brothers can be, religious differences aside. No, this is a very stupid plot. It won't play.
Will you stop thinking like a scribbler, Astray? What does it matter if it's a stupid, simple plot? It's no less dangerous. Take it to your control. Get me a guarantee. I'll give them the big names, take my reward, and go. They can take that time after that getting the details out of them in the tower.
See, it's the Catholic part I'm not quite buying.
Not buying?
No, it's too easy. It's too pat. There's so much anti-Catholic feeling now. Rumours of popish plots in every coffee house, all hideously exaggerated, but they make a very handy scapegoat when people are grumpy about the war dragging on or the economy going to shit. See what I mean? Too obvious.
Don't believe me then. I'll be honest, and let the king be shot.
So, if it's not actually the Catholics, who would it be? Not the French. They want Charles right where he is. The Dutch don't want a Catholic on the throne. Disgruntled old Cromwellians, they won't trust you for a minute. It's a start-up Gordian knot of questions, and I don't have time to sort it out. Oh, that gives me an idea. May I see that pistol of yours?
There you are, why?
Tell me the truth or I'll kill you! What do you mean? Of course I will!
Don't be ridiculous. You're an intelligence operative, not an assassin. Don't you remember that time in Suriname when the rat got into the room? You wouldn't let me kill it. You made me catch the damn thing and let it go outside.
It was a sweet rat! He was so frightened. Oh, all right. Here's your pistol back.
That's better. Now stop this nonsense and believe what I'm telling you.
I would love to, William. I would love for you and me to save the king's life, and for you to be rewarded, and for everyone to live happily ever after. It would be a wonderful story and a wonderful happy ending. It just doesn't ring true. If I can't trust my instincts as a spy, I have to trust them as a playwright. There's something wrong here. And if you don't tell me the truth, soon it'll be too late. They know you're in London, and it's only a matter of time before they look for you here, no matter what I do.
What? What was that last bit? I've been seen.
Yes. I'm supposed to turn you in.
That's bad news.
Did I hear voices? No, that's not working! Actually, not the parts that are right, you know.
Oh, wait a moment.
Damn you, what are you playing at? Get rid of him or I'll shoot both your damn paws just to get your undivided attention. Ow!
Hardly well, gentlemen, for thou shalt die by the hand that brings thee this. Here's to thee, dear Clementis! She stabs him! He falls into Lysander's arms! Oh! Lovely youth! Who taught thee so much cruelty? Behold this face, and then inform thyself! She reveals herself! Oh! 'Tis Cleomena! Oh! Ye gods, I thank ye! It is her hand that wounds me, and I'll receive my death with perfect joy, if I may be permitted, but to kiss that blessed hand that sent it. Enter King.
That's your friend Nell.
So I gathered.
Extraordinary girl. I was quite carried away.
She has that effect.
But too distracted. I'm abusing your hospitality. Do I go too far? I wouldn't wound your feelings for the world. You do know that.
I do, and it's quite all right.
Is it?
My dear, believe me, all's well. I adore you. But tonight I can think of nothing but the play. You have my blessing to be happy, honestly.
Very well. I can see it's a matter of indifference to you.
Charles?
I won't disturb you further. Good luck with it.
Charles! Damn.
Charles.
What?
Charles!
It's a common enough name.
I knew you were an ambitious creature, but pandering for the king, what? Give me an all-around evening. Tumble the slut and the betrayal of an ex-lover into the bargain.
It's not him!
Who's still here?
No one! A cousin just visiting.
Let's mad to Bedlam, did they? I'm sure that's wise. Never mind, I just came out to say thanks. You're right, he's utter bliss. Don't laugh, but I think I may be in love. And how convenient that it should be with him. The bloody king of bloody England!
Yes.
I mean, jackpot! Yes. You know the Duchess, I promise.
Yes.
Mwah. Must get back. We'll chat it all over later. So much to talk about. Love you madly. Bye!
difference between me and the man who ruined, killed my father.
After your father helped kill his father.
Strange thing to have in common, isn't it? Both our fathers having had their heads chopped off by a big official axe. Really ought to give us a sense of kinship. Shall we see what he
You're not
thinks?
after revenge after all.
No, stop that, just survival. And if you think I trust mine to King's mercy, then you don't know me at all.
Put the pistol down. You aren't an assassin either.
Are you sure?
Really, I'm not good with it, do you? This isn't why you came here. Come back to your senses. Let me help you. I swear his being here is a coincidence. You're safe if you trust me. That's right. That's right. Believe me, I'll help you if I can.
Why would you? You don't love me anymore, you sense it.
It's not quite that simple. I never did know how to stop loving. I only know how to not let it stop me. Look, you don't have much choice. Trust me or keep running. But I don't think you'll make it this time. Come on. My sweet, frightened rat. Tell me. There isn't a plot, is there?
Not that I know of.
So what's the game?
I can't stay in exile another day. I'll die of homesickness if I don't starve or get my throat slit.
So you thought you could cry up a Catholic plot and even believe?
Most people would believe it. You know a real plot's coming. The religious fanatics are out there, scheming away.
But this plot isn't real. And you would have given real names!
No, but that's the genius of it. Many birds with one stone. Me with my pardon and lands, and several right bastards who betrayed me in the past, thrown into the tower. They might not have been planning to have the king shot in the morning, but there's plenty of tar to stick to them once anyone starts looking. It will work, Estrella. Help me out. I'll cut you in. Don't look like that, it's brilliant. Back me up. Be my witness and my guarantee, and we'll both have titles when it's over. You can stop staining those pretty hands with ink and live a life of ease.
You would have innocent men sent to the tower, ruined, tortured, perhaps executed for nothing more than your personal gain.
Don't tell me you're shocked. It's the way of the world.
It's the way of your world.
I've been out there, Estrella. I've been out there for years. I've seen it. I was just into shelling when we burnt the town. The great bonfire, as the English papers so cheerfully called it.
They evacuated it first.
Of course that's what they say. I was there. I heard the screams of the old people burnt alive in their beds. I saw a girl gang raped to death by soldiers. Most people got out. As the sack of an enemy town goes, it was a May fair. Tell that to old people who came crawling back the next day to find their homes a pile of smoldering rubble. I can still smell it. You have no idea.
I have no idea. Where do you think I've been all these years? Remember Suriname? I watched a good man hung, cut down still conscious, and cut apart piece by piece, all because he wanted simple freedom for himself and his family. We can trade horrors till the sun comes up. The difference is the horrors have gotten into you. I've chosen to leave all that.
You've chosen to forget. You've chosen willful naivete for the sake of an easy life. You've left me out there doing the dirty work while you whore yourself and write fucking poetry.
What's happened to you? You weren't always like this, were you, or did I just not see?
You're the one who's changed. When you were a spy, you were still a woman. You still had a tender heart. And now you're a writer. I don't know what you are. You've hardened Estrella.
Call me Afra.
Why don't I call you Miss Johnson?
What do you mean? My married name is Ben.
Your married name is Crap. Oh, didn't think I knew that, did you? Thought it might come in handy one day if you ever turned on me.
What are you thinking of?
That Mr. Ben never existed, that you were never married. You made him up and killed him off just like the ruthless playwright you become. You wanted a widow's freedom, but you didn't want to earn it.
My God, you've got an overheated imagination. Johann Ben was my husband. He died in the plague.
Didn't waste much time mourning him, did you?
It wasn't a love
Oh,
matter.
knock it off! You're an outrage and a scandal! An unmarried woman carrying on over 3 continents. An infamous, lying whore. Well, that's what they'll say, even if I can't prove it. Doesn't take much mud to smear a woman past redemption. No theatre will dare have anything to do with you. No man of quality will have you even for a mistress. You'd be lucky to stay out of prison. And how long do you think you'll survive? Starve in the street or take refuge in the lowest cat house till the pox takes you? In a year, no one will recognize you. Your name will vanish as though you were never born.
The frightened rat has teeth.
He has. Help me. And we'll both survive. And thrive! But betray me and I'll take you down with me. Pretty simple, isn't it?
Do you choose?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, I do see. I don't have much choice, do I?
Not much.
Why should I fight it? Why should I betray who I truly am? Who we are.
You're still my stray.
And you will always be my celadon.
It's been a long time since I've heard that name.
I gave you that name. You were my first love. Did you think I could ever truly forget?
Right, right. Thank God that's settled. I'd hate to quarrel. Shall we have a drink off?
Go down to Mariah. Tell her I said to give you a bottle. I'll be alright. I just need a minute.
Take a minute. Take a breath. Collect yourself. I'm so sorry I had to play a bit rough. It'll all be for the best. Yeah. Right. And then we'll get into the details.
I'm sorry, William, but you are right. It's perfectly simple. Just a quick line. And I'll turn him in no matter what. Mariah? Mariah!
Yeah? That's right, I shot the secret bastard!
You shot William!
Yeah? Well, except the miss. So I stuck him like a pig. You shook the carving knife and... That's right. He's dead. Think he was going to get away with steak and blackmail? Not a fine thing to say about it.
My God, Mariah, you were listening.
Good thing I was. Well, all right now. Those two wastrels you left pulling the reels on the steps. They're lugging the body to the river. Let the fish shave him. You do more good than he ever did anyone on dry land. Speaking of which, the landlady's got a nice ear pie in. Oh, shall I bring some up for you and your friends? Sun will be up soon. You want breakfast?
That would be very nice.
All right then.
Mariah!
Don't thank me. I didn't follow you to stinking jungles. And stinking jeeps. And stinking Antwerp. Stinking prison. And stinking old Hibesome. Stinking bastard blackmailing son of a boxing whore ruin us. Just on the brink of theatrical success. Not be one of those clever servant parts or even.
You want to act?
Wouldn't be acting. I could do it in my sleep. Have you been writing all this time?
It's done.
Is it?
Are you pleased?
Had to kill a character off. But on the whole, a happy ending.
Shall we read it now? We could take part.
Aren't you tired? Look, the sun's coming up.
I feel strangely wakeful. Perhaps I only don't wish to lose a moment sleeping, and I may be talking with the two of you.
You sure it's all right?
Surprisingly painful after all, for a moment. Tell me I've lost nothing.
Not an atom of my love, nor his.
This is good.
I know. I mean, no, I can't help it. It is. And in what, 3 hours, Lady Davenant will have it in her hands, and then the actors will have their parts, and then rehearsals will begin, and then... Oh, Lord.
This is very, very good. This will be the hit of the season.
Will it?
First of many. You'll have your glory, I prophesy.
Damn right.
You haven't even read it yet.
Doesn't matter. I know it. You'll be one of the fucking immortals. The name of Afraben will never be forgotten.
A novel that of Mel Gwyn.
He's got a lock on it. Kings are always in the books.
I'm not quite sure I see what you're doing at the end.
Playing with ambiguity, I hope. After the madness and turmoil and loss, lost honor, lost love, lost lives. After the broken words and broken hearts, do we dare hope? Maybe the sun is coming out at once.
And gilding all with its all hopeful blast. Or maybe it's a false storm, all too brief.
That storm cloud soon will pocket like a thief. Or maybe a new golden age we herald.
Where love and peace no longer are imperiled. Or maybe we may work to make it so.
And love each other, whether yes or no. 1,000 years of peace this day begins.
A vision that may vanish for our sins. But I'll embrace it for this glittering day.
And what will happen next, no one can say. The world spins round, and everything is new. For now, I'll be content to spin with you.
Back to bed.
Excellent thought.
Love to.